करेंगे
Yes.
Hello, namaste, very good evening. I'm Shamishta Parmar, the Community Engagement Lead from Story Circle Edusarthi, and I extend my warm welcome to all the lovely audience who have tuned in to watch our third episode of I Am She, an initiative taken by Story Circle Edusarthi to celebrate the spirit of successful women entrepreneur in the field of education. And today we have with us Dr. Kruti Patel, a startup expert and a founder and director of She and We Women Entrepreneurship Foundation. A very polite, humble, and a soft spoken person whom I met in one of the workshops conducted by Yogita ma'am. Trust me, her friendly vibes made me feel as if I knew her from ages. And there we met, and the story began. Welcome to Story Circle Edusarthi platform, Dr. Kruti.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We also have with us our very own founder and director of Story Circle Edusarthi, Ms. Yogita Ahuja, who is on a mission to empower, educate, and support thousands of women out there to become entrepreneur through her Edusarthi platform. Yogita ma'am, I welcome you on our Story Circle Edusarthi platform, and the stage is all yours.
Ma'am, you are on mute.
You are on mute.
Thank you so much, Sharmishta. I said I love your vibe to begin with every time. So much energy and so much charm. And Dr. Kruti Patel, what do I say about you? It's been a pleasure always and every time that we've met, every time that we've talked. And today I feel delighted to host you on Story Circle Edu Sarthi. Uh,
Thank you,
you and I
ma'am.
go back a long time.
Thank you so much.
You and I go back a long time.
You are my
And
guru in storytelling. So I always admire. You always motivate us, and thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you so much.
thank you so much. Kruti, the first time we met a few years ago, I think the grit, determination, the words that we have used for I am she, I think you personify that. And the three words of I am she, you stand for each one of them. That is my personal belief, the way I have seen your story unfolding. And I'm sure the story that I haven't seen unfolding in front of my eyes, there is so much that you bring to the table to inspire others. And I am today specifically looking forward to listening that part of your story as well, listening to that part of your story. uh, so you are an achiever, and I keep telling you on our personal messages as well that you inspire every day. Thousands of women out there, you inspire me every day. And the way you work, the passion that you bring for your work and for what you believe in, it is so infectious. So, I want you to talk a little about your own journey into the world of entrepreneurship. I've seen you as an educator, now I'm seeing you as an edupreneur. So, the transformation, the journey from being an educator to being an edupreneur, if you can throw some light on that.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for this lovely compliment, and thank you for inviting me at the stage. And when it comes to the journey as an entrepreneur, it's always thrills me, frankly speaking, I have never ever thought when I was teaching in an institute. So I was earlier working with SK Patel MBA Institute as a senior professor marketing, and I was also heading the women entrepreneurship cell of university. So we were doing lots of work related to the teaching and placement and entrepreneurship training and all that. But frankly speaking, at that point of time, I've never ever thought to be an entrepreneur. So there are multiple reasons of that. Being into an education field, I was always enjoying. Though I'm an engineer, I always a people-driven person. So interact with the people, talk with the people, train them is always my passion, and I was very much okay with the things I was doing. But as multiple times I've shared also, okay, God has always much better plans for us than what we plan for ourselves. So one fine day, as I was doing lots of programs on entrepreneurship development for the students of university and all that, I was very much happy being administrator of those programs and conducting and everything. Many a times when I used to go as a filler for the session, students used to ask me, Madam, why don't you become an entrepreneur? And if you become an entrepreneur, then what is your wish? So I always used to tell me in Hindi, हमारा इलाका होना चाहिए. So that's always a wish. So I was carrying a pretty good size of cabin when I was, as a faculty. All the power, position, package, everything was there. But that one is always missing. Chota, but हमारा कुछ होना चाहिए. So that was just as a sake of, not a sake of saying, but yeah, that was the very, very prompt answer I used to give to the students. But God must be receiving those signals, and one fine day, he pushed me to be on my own. So then somewhere I was having that feeling कि कुछ मेरा खुद का होना चाहिए. But then things were pretty good. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था dissatisfaction from a job or we were not enjoying. It was nothing like that. Everything was at a right place. But one day I felt strongly that I was preaching entrepreneurship, but somewhere the practice was missing a lot. And somewhere that feeling was something कि एक बार तो experiment करना चाहिए, and nowadays industry is so good that even they welcome with open arms to the failed entrepreneurs. So then I felt that it's a right time to take a risk. At least we should give 1 or 2 years to our professional life to get into the journey of an entrepreneurship. So then one of my mentor, Mr. Ajay Dikshit sir, is a very, very, renowned individual in the field of entrepreneurship. So one fine day, he said that, Madam, you really wanted to practice entrepreneurship, just put your resignation. So that was something, happened very, 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 very quickly to me. And I said, how can I leave such a promising job where I've spent almost a decade, वो बोलते हैं ना कि जितना मेहनत करना था वो सारा कर लिया, and now there was a time to eat all that fruits. So I said, this is not the right time to leave all this. And there were so many things happened, because at the early age when you opt for an entrepreneurship, it is very easy to get into the journey. But when you leave your so promising job with such a with so many years of experience, always people, and you always have a standard, one particular standard in your professional life as well. So there's a lot of pressure, that you have to prove that you're a good academician, you're a good professional, now you have to be a good entrepreneur as well. And everybody was telling me, Gandhi થઈ ગઈ છે, આ શું કરે છે? Why you are leaving this a promising job? Who is going to give you a work? So obviously there were lots of fear, so many things were there. But then there was always a signal which I was getting from a God that go ahead, there are better plans, And for this, I always wanted to give credit to my husband, as he always used to tell me, I cannot do it, at least you do it, So experiment karne ka chance milega. And if you don't feel that after 1 year or 2 years, you feel that you're failed or you cannot go ahead with entrepreneurship, then I think there are so many doors are open. But I think then or aaj, maybe I didn't felt that I need to go back, right? So journey started from there. The day I have kept a resignation, after that serving a notice period, there were so many things were happening, because being an entrepreneur, as I said, that it is always, we have to push ourselves. And in initial journey of entrepreneurship, you're always alone. everybody cherish your success, but there are very, very few people who are there in that struggling period. So though I was having good experience, everything was there, but then those initial 6-7 months, I struggle a lot in terms of the psychological processes, because I was having lots of question in terms of whether I would be able to earn the profit, whether my decision is right or wrong. Even my maid used to tell me, "Chana mana naukri kari ho, atta vadu karwani su jarurat." So you get so many bad things to listen from everyone. So a lot of people to tell me, "Mama, ave kya jais?" And that was, when today we share, it seems to be on a lighter note, but in those days, even such silly questions, gives you lots of, pressure on you.
It's added pressure.
Yeah. So that was, but then I was pretty sure kuch na kuch to kar lenge, yeah. And I love training, I love teaching, I always love interacting with people. I'm a people driven person, so I've spent enough years in teaching, training and all that. And women entrepreneurship, somewhere I felt throughout my journey that this is something where there is a huge vacuum, and if we, as being a professional, being experienced person, if somewhere we can pitch into this, there's a lot to do into this. And वो बोलते हैं ना कि आपका अगर डिटर्मिनेशन है तो रास्ता अपने आप बनता जा रहा है. तो वो दिन जब मैं याद कर रही हूँ कि मेरे पास कुछ काम नहीं था, और आज का दिन कि कहाँ से किसको बोलूं कि ये काम मुझे करके दो. So we are so much loaded, So yeah, if you have right intentions, if you are pretty much sure, if you are confident that कुछ तो होगा, तो surely कुछ ना कुछ होता ही है. So that's how I'm getting into this.
So they say, most of the times amongst the challenges that women face in order to find their own feet on the ground, or to find their own little space under the sky, one of the challenges that they face, most women face, is, maybe a setback from the family or a pressure from the family. However, knowing you from, such close quarters, I have always heard about you talking so highly about your family support, especially your husband's support, in terms of helping you, go reach for the stars and, catch your dreams yourself. So today I actually don't want to talk about the challenges that you face, because already in your conversation you shared with us the journey that you have traveled, and the 6-7 months initially were tough, but then it was more about psychologically taking care of yourself and staying motivated on the track. But I want you to highlight the strengths that you have discovered on the way to from becoming an educator to the entrepreneur that you are today. What has helped you become the entrepreneur that you are?
Yes. So the biggest strength which I have discovered is when I was doing a job. So traveling was not my passion, to be very frank. मुझे ज़्यादा कार में travel करना अच्छा नहीं लगता था initially when I was doing a job. और वो बहुत, there was a set schedule. Okay, there were 14 kilometers colleges away from your house. So वहाँ से college से घर. So that was very, very, very pretty much set, And वहाँ से महीने के almost 15-20,000 kilometers of travel, So that was something, challenging your comfort zone. So that's something I've discovered. Okay, if you really wanted to achieve something, if you are determined, I think nothing is impossible for us. So initially I used to think, oh my God, 100 kilometers jana hai. Yaar, how we are going to, pass this journey. There were so many things are coming, but today 200-300 kilometers a day, it's not a big deal. So and the reason behind that is that whatever you do, you really enjoy. So the biggest thing which I discovered is this is for what I meant. So that's something I've discovered. And वो बोलते हैं ना, जब आप अपने लिए काम कर रहे हो ना, you never feel tired.
Absolutely.
So true. I have challenged my comfort zone throughout after leaving a job. So that's where I've discovered that I have still so much to learn, and there are so many things which still I have to, to together to discover. What is so big. Initially I was feeling that मुझे बहुत कुछ आता है, I'm something. After getting into the business and meeting so many people, going to so many places, I felt that, oh my God, Kruti, so much you have to learn.
Yeah.
Every day I'm discovering new Kruti. I've never ever tried to take full training in a typical Desi Gujarati language. And
now
that
you're doing
was big. So morning I'm teaching to one university where I'm not allowed to speak a single Hindi or Gujarati word. Then I'm going to one rural area where I'm supposed to speak everything in Asal Desi Gujarati. That's where the way you train your mind, you put that into the transformation of yourself. So that's amazing. And I was always a good learner. I'm always very adaptive. मुझे पता नहीं, सीखना is something is my passion. So that's I think a biggest strength which is taking me further, in the journey.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, Kruti. It is like, so interesting to listen to you with the smile and the energy with which you talk. It's like, I don't want to stop you and interrupt you at all. However, we've kind of looked at Kruti as an entrepreneur, Kruti as a professional, Kruti as an educator. But what is it to be Kruti as a person?
Okay. So I think this question should be asked to the other person, those who are associated.
Okay. We have a detailed, rapid fire round also with you. So if you were to describe yourself in just maybe 3 words, what would that be?
Kruti, hardworking.
Okay, Kruti is hardworking. All right, great.
Second word is I'm very emotional, and I always put my emotions into everything, either a professional life or a personal life. I cannot work so professionally without emotions. So emotions are like, in everything I need emotion. If I'm talking to you, I need emotions. If I'm taking training, I need emotions. So I'm very emotional kind of prani, you could say.
Great.
And third word, if you tell me, I'm a very good learner. I'm a quick learner. So I always, I always want to learn, explore new things, and new ways, new tools, new games, new methodologies. Every time, I never get satisfied. I take one session, then I never feel satisfied. No, I always feel, still kuch ho sakta tha or improvise. So that's what.
Lovely. I have seen your spirit of learning. It's off to you. Okay, so God bless you. And now with this, I'm going to be handing over to Sharmishta for a rapid fire round. We don't have a hamper, but we do have a rapid fire round for you, which is going to help us know Kruti as a person better. Yeah? Okay. So one word answers to what Sharmishta asked.
Yeah. Okay. Your day begins with?
Making tea.
Lovely. That's as honest as one can get.
Your favorite birthday gift, if you have received or you want to receive, what it could be?
Birthday gift. When my daughter's telling me in the morning that Mama wish you happy birthday, I think none of the gift is better than this. So yeah.
What would you prefer to do when you are with your friends? Long drive, shopping, sit at home and watch movie?
Sit at home and watch movie.
Because she doesn't like
it so much.
Okay.
You cannot imagine your day without
my work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. Your favorite me time.
Okay, she's got stuck.
I love sleeping. Sorry, there was an interruption. Yeah. So I love sleeping, So
Her favorite me time is sleeping time. Lovely.
No disturbance. I just want to sleep. Nobody should disturb me. Not kids, not husband, not family. Sometimes even not work as well. So
Yeah.
I love sleeping. And
Great.
since years, 15-17 घंटे सोने का वो जो record था ना, that I haven't achieved since long. So yes, that's my me time. I always love to be.
Okay, last one. Dr. Kruti in kitchen.
I love cooking. So,
I would
Geeta ma'am, we are soon going there.
typical mother, मतलब कौन सा ऐसा मसाला डालूं जिससे my kids and my family members feel that, oh wow, we've enjoyed it. So I love cooking, and I always and this is my dream in future. I always wanted to have a restaurant. So
there you go.
बहुत अच्छा लगता है. So that's what is the
Once
dream.
an entrepreneur, always an entrepreneur. So the kitchen and culinary skills being applied at work once again. So lovely. Thank you so much, Kruti. You were like, it was all straight from the heart. And so now, since we are at the end of our conversation, no matter, we can continue offline as well. There are two things that I want to ask you. First one is, you're a mother of two young daughters. You are part of a larger family. So you're a part of a joint family system. So and then you are such an avid, passionate entrepreneur who travels maybe more than 200 to 300 kilometers a day, maybe 15 to 20 days in a month. So how do you balance it all?
So I think when it comes to balance, I never felt that pressure of balancing ever, because when my kids needs, I switch off from everything and I just focus on them. When my work needs Kruti, I switch off from home and I'm becoming loyal to my work. So it's all about a priority. When my kids are sick, I forget everything and I'm being there with them. When my work need some commitment in terms of number of hours or travel or something, then I get away from kids. So it's all about priority. When they need you, you need to be there. And I think entrepreneurship journey, as far as mine is concerned, so I'm a very blessed one with a good family support. Everything is at its best place. So this my grandparents of my kids, they are taking care of them. We are going out, working for our whole schedules and everything. So I think balancing was never a pressure.
Not a problem. Which is
Yes.
sometimes, not sometimes, which a lot of times women entrepreneurs
Yes.
do face a challenge with.
Yes.
So
And
yeah.
So here I wanted to mention one thing is it's all about how you are making your psychological process.
Sure.
And
Okay.
After facing a severe issue, health issues, I came across a wonderful word that is called Reiki, and after learning Reiki, I got myself balanced a lot mentally. So I could bear the pressure, I could bear, the all ups and downs and everything. So it was a very smooth exercise after that. So some meditation, some Reiki energizing you. So that's all.
Great. Wonderful. So nice. Okay, so any parting words, Kruti, any message that you want to leave the audience with, all the women entrepreneurs and other entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, watching this?
Yes. So first message for you and your EduSarthi initiative. I think you are a role model for all of us. We really feel blessed that we are associated with you. We've also seen your passion, your commitment, and the kind of quality work you are trying to put into storytelling. I used to use storytelling so many times, and I always feel blessed. So your journey and the mission which you have started to empower, women entrepreneurs, I think a big compliment for that. And as you always used to tell that women used to stand for each other. So there are so many women, those who wanted to help each other, those who wanted to stand for each other. So, and world is, see, the moment you'll continue adjusting, you have to adjust every time. Sometimes let others also to adjust you. So
Ah,
that's
that's
what. Huh. And once you will try it, world will adjust for sure. So
yeah,
that's what.
that's a beautiful nugget, that nugget
Yes.
of wisdom that you're leaving people with. It's just, the glass is, you're turning the glass upside down. Because
Yes.
everybody normally talks about, okay, you adjust and things will happen. But,
Mm.
sometimes you take your space, you know that this is the right space that you're in, and people will come around. So thank you
Yes.
so much. And that is very, very heartening, especially as a woman, to listen to. And thank you. It's been a pleasure interacting with you after a long, long time, Kruti. Uh, and we
Thank
should
you.
do that more often. Thank you for being here with us. Sharmishta, any parting words from your end?
Thank you so much, Kruti ma'am, and it was wonderful listening to you. You are the one line which I'm going to take from you is you are greedy to learn, learn, and learn. That's the
Yeah, true that. So
wonderful.
thank you,
Thank you.
Kruti, and thank you, Sharmishta, and have a great life. Stay blessed.
Best wishes to Edu Sarthi.
Thank
Thank
you, and same to you, and she and we,
you.
all of
Yes.
us.
Yeah. Take care. Bye.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye bye. Bye.